always finds its ways. My skies were not clearer. I'm doomed to stay in my maze. Don't be concerned, the power is off. Don't be concerned, the power is off. In your mini monitor window, critical spikes in the fear indicator. Note when you see the headless chickens in the treadmill. Note when you hear their maydays raised by the software in advance. You will burn. You will burn. You will burn. You will burn. A system repairing itself, unflinching like a virus, a remote chain reaction. Note when you take the checkbox, they spark the flame and watch you burn. Watch you burn. Watch you burn. Watch you burn. Don't be concerned. I belong to more comfortable days. While disease always finds its ways. My skies were not clearer. I'm doomed to stay in my maze. Don't be concerned, the power is off. Don't be concerned, the power is off. Don't be concerned about anything but the essentials. There's a greater plot in motion. You've played all the right moves, anything wins now. You're the ghost.
Good evening. Yes, now I'm audible. Right, we apologise for that. I didn't plug the microphone in soon enough, and so everything was misconfigured because Linux sound, you know, the kind of thing. Yes, welcome back to the Kingdom of Jerusalem in 1201, when we are currently trying to expand the influence of the Kingdom of Jerusalem far into the Empire of Outremer, which has involved holy wars against the Najidids quite a lot, but Queen Answer the Lionheart, who got that new nickname after fending off a frankly rather feeble jihad, currently has, I believe, a truce with the Najidid Sultan. So she probably doesn't want to be declaring war on him right now. The other people occupying parts of what will one day be the Empire of Outremer are her uncle, the king of... Oh no, not her uncle. Her cousin, King Reinhardt of Africa, who has just taken the throne over there. Like about 4 years ago. She clearly hasn't been paying attention to news from the West. Her cousin Reinhardt, who is apparently King of Africa, but she wasn't paying attention to that, who is like hugely terrifying in terms of his armies, the Najidids, and the Byzantine Empire. And we tried to go to war with the Byzantine Empire is being the Byzantine Empire. It currently has 2 revolts ongoing. And we tried to go to war with the Byzantine Empire last session, or rather, no, sorry, with one of the revolts to try to get back this this convenient duchy here, whose name I keep getting wrong, so I'm going to read it, Beroea. And that went poorly, not least because the jihad turned up halfway through, but also the revolt in question turns out to be quite powerful. The other revolt is actually by the King Hamelin of Assyria, and we would quite like his territory as well, but he's not as scary as he was actually. But we're going to get some amount of his territory anyway, and I think we don't have a claim on the rest. So the Duchy of Jazeera, the first in line to that is Duke Gregorios of Oman. So that half of the Kingdom of Assyria will probably be coming our way fairly shortly anyway. Because, yes, basically he's the son of the current Duke of Jazeera, and it will just naturally fall to him. So there is still the Byzantine Empire itself somewhere sandwiched in between these two, and it's actually a bit feeble at the moment. But it doesn't control any counties that we want. It does, however, control a single bishopric in one of our counties. So I think what I actually want to do is to go to war with the Byzantine Empire for one bishopric, and hope the Byzantine Empire is too busy with those 2 revolts, to actually have any time to fight with me. And even if it does manage to get an army together, I can get together a bigger one. So I think I'm about to declare war on the Byzantine Empire.
Historically, that's always worked out really well. But it's kind of necessary.
Because right now he is in the middle of 2 wars, both of which he is losing by about 50%. So this seems like a pretty good time to do this. Right down at the bottom of the list, Al-Sukna Holdings for 1 bishopric, because I believe I have to control everything in this area. So we are now at war with the Byzantine Empire. We probably want to raise all our troops and do this as fast as we can.
Yep, I mean, basically, you want it.
Okay, well, accept that one. Which is in a little enclave within the Byzantine Empire. You lot get in there. You lot from further south. Well, sod it. We'll just get everyone into that one county and see how embarrassingly it goes wrong. Yes, I've also been trying to lose threat by making people independent, but a bit, which is why there is an independent county of Abydos out here. I might possibly want to release more thing of the de facto duchy of, I forgot where it was, this guy, Cappadocia, because there's lots of his territory I don't actually want. I think possibly, ideally, I would steal the one county I do want off him, and then, oh yes, I can now, can't I? Except possibly not, because I'm at war. Because now I plotted against him to get Abydos off him. He refused to hand it over, and therefore we were at war, and therefore he is now a traitor. And so now I can do nasty things to him without too much unhappiness. So I can now claim off him, or at least I could, this county here, which I believe is so. Oh, I also need that one, don't I? But that one I can plot off him again. So if I highlight the area I want, I don't want that bit, and I don't want that county. So what I do want is Erbil. If I say retract vassalage, Count of Erbil, make Count Tiberius of Erbil your direct vassal, decreasing Duke Theochristos's opinion of you by -20. Since Duke Theochristos is a traitor, our vassals will not object. That seems pretty good, yes. I mean, our threat is quite low at the moment anyway, so possibly we want to save him for later. When our threat is larger. Oh, is that a Najadid revolt? No, it's a sub-Najadid revolt. He's still a vassal of the Najadids themselves. Blessings upon you and your house, my liege. I accept your decision to retract my vassal, Count Tiberius of Erbil, even though it grieves me deeply. So is he still a traitor? Can I also just revoke the county of Azzaka from him? No, he has now paid for his treachery by giving me Erbil. And it would piss off all of my vassals if I swiped Azzaka as well. So I probably have to plot to get Azzaka off him. Well, that usually leads to war, so let's not do that at the same time we're at war with the Byzantine Empire. Prince Archbishop Ghilen of Hijaz has declared the Hijazian Sayun de jure holding war on the mayor of Sayun. Right, okay, that's another tiny little place we happened to end up with in our territory. So one of these, yes, the city of Sayun is an independent city. Right, well, that's not going to take long to absorb. I want to pay attention up here in case the Byzantine Empire army turns up. Why is he not wearing a proper helmet? But Anselm di Spoleto, King Anselm of Leon, has joined a defensive pact against me. Simon says, so there's one county you're squeezing all your troops into. It turns out to have a supply limit of 2.5. It is a possibility. It actually has a supply limit of 14,500, which is still a bit low.
The other medieval historian also doesn't know, because also not into physical objects, and certainly not ones as late as that.
Verity was saying that the other medieval historian you know is also not much into physical objects, especially not ones as late as that. Right, okay, the county in which we're piling everyone is now fully besieged. Some of the armies still haven't turned up, and because it's only one place, that does only get us 10% war score. We will get some ticking from it as well. Meanwhile, maybe we should send some people into the Byzantine Empire proper. It's not a very long walk. We'll probably make it to the Byzantine Empire's capital, indeed, which is not currently Constantinople. Byzantine Empire's capital is currently Ankara, which I think I've heard of. And for now, we still have some territory near there. Oh, right, yes, I have a truce with Cappadocia, so I can't immediately plot something else off him, I don't think. Not for very long, though. Duke Adolf of Galilee, alias Adolf of Wiltshire, is plotting to kill a random courtier of mine. No, I do not wish to join your plot. I will, however, suggest that the said courtier convert to Catholicism. Oh, we found a Byzantine Empire army.
What are you in a position to hit it very hard?
I should organise myself to be in such a position. Let us pause briefly and glue my armies together more sensibly.
Sorry?
I think the Byzantine Empire army may be busy. We have found a Byzantine Empire army with 88 people in it. Oh no, sorry, that's a Byzantine fleet. Okay, yes. Right, well, let's keep marching this way then. Oh, there's a Byzantine Empire army. Maybe we can catch it. Maybe we can give ourselves a... better chance of catching it. Supply limit's a bit low in that county, so we might want to be a bit careful about this. Don't think we're going to catch it in that county. Where are they going? So they're going to there, which also only has a 10k supply limit. Let's actually, the Byzantine capital only has a 10k supply limit as well. Let's split this army in two. No, not like that. Like that. And then send that half to Nissa, while the other half attempts to catch that little army. Okay, so that Byzantine army is now fleeing, not from me. So is that one. We're now up to 20% war score just from holding that bishopric. Right, the Prince Archbishop of Hijaz has won his rather more trivial war. Actually, since this lot have arrived first, probably because I put a organiser at the head of them, let's give them our best 3 commanders and send them into that county. It is mountainous, but we do have a pretty big numerical advantage. Actually has a decent supply limit. We could probably send everyone that way. Yeah, it's all mountains around here. There is a castle in that county that's controlled by the Byzantine Empire, but it feels to me like we probably want to go after their capital. Which conveniently has a small Byzantine army in it waiting for us. There we go. Yeah, the battles are not worth very much war score. Hang on, what's the... supply limit 15k there now, right, good. SGT says, wait, you're attacking the Byzantine capital in order to get a bishopric off them at the far edge? Well, yes. Get most war score for the capital.
Yeah, they don't really
And like,
puff it up, you know.
they're kind of busy, and it's not. I mean, if it were Constantinople, I would probably not bother, because besieging Constantinople is,
Hard work.
yes, is an effort. But the thing is, Ankara is not that scary. So my biggest problem is that I'm like right in the middle of the Byzantine Empire. But I do have some of my own territory right in the middle of the Byzantine Empire, which is quite nice for now, until I give it back. Of course, that means they could besiege me here as well.
Well, you know, if they get round to it, they're probably quite busy dealing with their revolts. What's your war score?
37%. So I haven't quite caught up with the various revolts yet, which are at 59% and 88%. But I am currently busy besieging their capital with a large army and a slightly smaller army, and a siege leader, namely the Queen. Peasants are apparently revolting in Bahrain, though. Ooh, can we get some more camels? No, we can get some more stables in Ramallah. Let's pay for those. Oh, apparently we have enough points to get various things. In particular, we have lots of military points. Let's go for better skirmish techniques, because that improves our camel cavalry, and I'm slightly obsessed with camels. There appears to be this long train of tiny Jerusalemite armies wandering through the Byzantine Empire. Arguably, I should have glommed them together a bit before I did this. This one has 7 men in it. Still, the siege of Ankara is going well. Except that Italia has just dumped 16,000 men into the county, and so the supply limit is exceeded. Who are you trying to kill? Do I care? Don't think so. People keep founding factions in my kingdom. Oh yes, how close are we to being able to destroy the kingdom of Syria? We inherited it in 1193, not long now. Right, we have taken Ankara. So we now have 50% war score. We have stolen some technology from Baghdad. We still have tech points we should use because we need to make a cut. We've got enough tech points to invest in any of the cultural things. I don't think I really need absolute crown authority. I mean, like, tolerance is always helpful. Or noble customs. So that's +1 feudal vassal opinion, is it? Should be +3. Why is it only saying +1? Because that one's 9 and that one's +12, so that should surely be +3 feudal vassal opinion. Which is probably worth more, and it's also quite cheap. I mean, tolerance is the thing that no one else is better at than us, pretty much.
You're so tolerant you keep going to holy war with everyone.
Yes, but the point is that everyone in the kingdom, I actually want it for the cultural penalty reduction, that because as a Crusader kingdom, all of my vassals are of different cultures. Yes. Now let's go for some noble customs to make my castle vassals like me more. And which of these is it I want? So that gets me Barracks 5 and Militia Training Ground 3. That gets me things I don't really care about. Improved Keeps gets me keep castle, city and church walls. But I can't actually buy improved keeps yet. Let's save up for the next level of improved keeps, I think. Though maybe the barracks thing, how's that doing in terms of castle infrastructure? I'm still actually getting by propagation, diffusion, whatever it is. That's the official way that things... Oh, I just lost a battle. Yeah, okay, I think one of that long train of tiny armies has accidentally walked into another army. Maybe we should send a detachment over there to squash the other army if it's one that I actually care about. It is, well, kind of. There we go. That's the commanders of the two halves of my army now vaguely organised. We can now get everyone together in Tiana. And maybe we can go and have a quick battle. Okay, let's deselect that one because they're still fleeing. That lot will be reinforcements shortly afterwards. Did we just besiege something completely unhelpful? It shouldn't have been completely unhelpful. Just didn't notice anything about... that's getting us some war score too. We have won another battle. Not worth very much war score. There must be a big Byzantine army around somewhere. Someone trying to kill my daughter Mayor. Heike von Würzburg is trying to kill my daughter Mayor. My daughter Mayor the Unfaithful. She's one of my courtiers. Why is she doing that? She's got an awful lot of learning, but doesn't otherwise seem useful. Stop plotting to kill my daughter. Thank you. Actually, we'll have you lot just sit down here for a bit and finish these sieges quickly. Yes, your scheming was misdirected. Oh, my court chaplain has finally converted a county. Right, well, you should go down there then. Right, well... I was a little worried when the portrait of the Byzantine emperor changed, but no, that was just because he hit 50. And at your 50th birthday, you get a new portrait.
So you can see how old and haggard you're getting.
Yes. It's going to assault this. It won't be very harmful to us. Prince Ramiro, youngest son of Queen Ansa, is of legal age. He became a skilled tactician, which isn't bad, but probably not very useful. He is her eldest son, and hence was, at least for a while, heir to something, though apparently he isn't anymore. Right, none of these has a... Probably don't want to get too tangled up with the revolt armies. Let's head to a side where the revolt armies don't seem to be. Also, that'll get us some reinforcements as we pass through friendly territory. It is 1203. In December 1203, we might be able to fix our inheritance a bit. By finally getting to change the inheritance laws in the Kingdom of Syria. And therefore, thereby make it possible to abolish the Kingdom of Syria. I think this siege is probably the last one we need, given we have 92% war score. Though, since we haven't had a big battle, we might get stuck at like 99%, but maybe the Emperor will take pity on us and surrender anyway. He is kind of busy at the moment. Oh, that's my territory. What are you doing there? Duke Athelwyn Ironside has inherited the barony of Zale. That's nice, dear. And the elective succession faction has disbanded again. We could assault this, but it won't take long now. Right, we now have 99% war score anyway. And he won't surrender. Okay.
Till we accrue 100% war score, we call him a stoat. Especially the bit about stoat. Also, Byzantine Emperor, I'm not sure this one bishopric is that tactically important to you.
Considering releasing my vassal levies. And just continuing the sieges with my domain levies so as to not annoy my vassals anymore, because they are at like -24, quite a lot of them. Let's wait until we finish this little siege. Given we like get money from all these sieges, and then we'll send, then I'll do the simple thing and march everyone into Tiana, dismiss my vassal levies, and then march them back home, back out again. Well, that was quick. He's very rapidly converted that county. Anything else that's my... Yes, that one's one of mine. Najran is part of my domain. So let's send my court chaplain. Oh, I can't. He has to stay there until May. So that's not quite done yet.
That's someone looking for a state.
Right, so if I dismiss that lot, then that will stop annoying my vassals, but I still have a reasonable number of troops here. To the good Crusader answer, we propose that Banari Sankore and Princess Gerhild of Jerusalem marry matrilineally. I think that's because they've been betrothed forever. Yes. Yes. For he is an attractive genius. Ah, Prince Ramiro of Jerusalem does not hold any land. That's true. Does that give me a opinion penalty from some people? Doesn't look like it because he's not actually my heir. You don't actually have to tie the HDMI cable round it again.
Put it over the top though, means that when you throw it back over here, it's not going to go underneath, it's going to tuck it up in. Oh, cool, you stoat pinger. You over here next to bed.
Yeah, you can try to get lower crown authority in Syria, but I'm about to abolish it. Someone else trying to kill Mayor. Stop it. No, not you. Yes, you. Why does everyone want to kill Mayor? Oh, I can send unlanded courtiers to join holy orders. I mean, that's nice. I'm not sure it's very helpful. But it would get him out of my hair. Yeah, he's got almost decent amount of martial skill. I might want to keep him around. Maybe. Just stop trying to kill my daughter. Okay, we are now suffering a little from our army getting slightly too tiny. That's not going to help, Ben. Whose is that? That's one of the revolts again. Ah, they're coming to interrupt my siege. Happily, I have plenty of organisers to run away. Well, let's just stand around here until they've cleared out of Tiana. I mean, oops, I keep failing to pause. We may not be able to escape this battle now. No. Right. Well, they decided to come and have a battle with me in mountains, and I've got... Let's just improve that flank a little. Okay, let's try to get these vaguely balanced. Oh, is that as good as it gets? That's a problem. Yeah, we've basically got a lot of people from Ramallah and Mirabel and a bunch of other tiny groups, which is not very helpful. Can we raise an army in Tiana that's of any use? It's of some use. We just pile everyone in that army onto the right flank. That will help a bit. We might do all right because we have got some excellent commanders. Not like this will make any difference to our war score. It'll merely make difference to
How much army you have?
how much of an army I have, yes. Yeah, we've got some narrow flanks as well. Even my tiny, tiny flank is doing all right. And as long as they can hold on for a bit, they'll get another 500 men shortly. Yes, they held on long enough, I think. I mean, it may still not be enough because that's a freshly raised... Oh dear, no, we're going down.
Is that going to measure your war score? Or
No, it's one of the revolts attacking me. So it makes no difference to my war score. Makes no difference to the revolt's war score either, so... We have a war score of about 150%, except that we have that.
Two boxes probably
Where should I put them?
on the side, just as a reminder.
Not the mine.
Yeah.
So,
You might have 3 boxes in one bin, which is average what you want.
right, I have to be at peace before I can change the succession law in Syria. And I have to make sure that everyone loves me. We get more points from Baghdad. Yes, the vassal annoyance is slowly easing. This lot will at least get to reinforce themselves while they're standing around there. Princess Antsa has made someone her spymaster. Attacked in Tarsos, yes I know. Just confirm he still won't. No, I'm losing but I won't give up yet. They're now randomly besieging the trade post of Antioch. Because it's there. Anything much for besieging a trade post. 8 gold. Yeah. Jerusalemite Byzantine de jure holding war over Al-Sukna has ended inconclusively. Liege change for the man who is now Duke's Rorges IV of Bucalerion, because there is presumably thus a new Byzantine emperor. I mean, he only has 11,500 troops because he's still at war with the other revolt. But for now, let us dismiss our troops. Maybe deal with this little revolt. Pink Beast says, are you about to start the same slightly pear-shaped war a second time? I might do. I'm going to deal with these rebels first. Oh, I should also dispatch my chaplain somewhere more useful. And let's see what the current situation is with Syria. So I want to change the succession law. So I cannot currently switch to elective succession because I still haven't reigned for 10 years. Really? I inherited it in 1193. It's now 1204. I think I've reigned in Syria for 10 years.
Did you create the Kingdom of Syria later?
No, it was created by Gerhild and inherited. No, it was usurped by Gerhild and inherited by Ansa. And it was inherited by Ansa in 1193, and it's now 1204. That's also the reason why I can't, or at least one of the reasons why I can't change the succession law in Jerusalem. So it does appear to apply to both of them. I also have a no count or piety, a vassal has a negative opinion of you requirement that I don't currently meet. I'm a bit confused by the requirement that I have reigned for 10 years when I have definitely reigned. I mean, I presume like odd regencies don't count, and I don't think I have had any of those since I came to power.
I don't think regencies count against you anyway.
Right, that county is now Catholic. He is a very efficient court chaplain. Not to be confused with Erbil, where the peasants are revolting. The peasants have just revolted in Irbid. Right, that's fewer troops than they've got, but we can stick some excellent commanders in at the head of the army and everything will be fine. Probably. Just a bunch of peasants anyway. To the sweet queen answer, may you live in harmony and contentment. We propose that Basileus Narses of the Byzantine Empire and Vicenza di Spoleto marry. I don't think that would cause a non-aggression pact because she isn't actually a close relative. But just to be on the safe side, let's decline. Right, that's that. Revolt dealt with, though there is now another one. Alright, now I've apparently ruled for 10 years. Reigned for 10 years. Right, so now I just need to deal with the fact that several of my vassals have negative opinions of me. I think this is best dealt with initially just by stomping over and saying hello to that army. That revolt, that peasant revolt. Because that'll cheer up at least some vassals. They like it when you squish revolts on their territory. Count of Palmyra has been converted. Can I move my court chaplain yet? No. Right. So, I cannot currently change this because a count or higher tier vassal of this title has a negative opinion of me. Now, that might be in part because lots of people have negative opinions of me because I had their troops raised for a long time. But let's see, like, we have money, we can organise bribing them into liking me if necessary. Maybe. So he is currently on minus 39, so increasing him by 44 would help. His opinion is 3, that's fine. Her opinion is 6, which is fine. She also holds both of the counties in her duchy. I hold the county of Damascus. Duchess Anastasia holds the county of Irbid, and her opinion of me is acceptable. Duke of Palmyra has an opinion of -1. Yeah, maybe we just wait a very short... Hang on. Let's say the Duchess of Palmyra. Duchess Anastasia of Palmyra. He doesn't look like Duchess Anastasia. Why is Duchess... Oh, right. Duchess Anastasia of Palmyra is also Countess of Irbid. Right, yes, I see. So Duke Kalile of Palmyra has an opinion of -22 based on, or rather has a penalty down to -22. So he will become happy very shortly. He has a moderately low opinion. Let's send him a gift. I think that might not have been enough actually. Oh no, sorry. That's his opinion of me is positive. Good. Athelwyn Ironside is slightly annoyed, but he will come back fairly shortly. So I think in like a week or so, once a couple of people have improved their opinion, changing succession law in Syria should be unlocked. We have a sadly non-genius, unattractive baby Nunya. Nunya Bamares. Tispoleto. Okay, Ansa's granddaughter. Go on. What's going on with my... oh, well, maybe I need to unpause. That will probably improve the opinion faster. Also switch to the correct county. So let's see how it's doing. +5. +3. +6. And that covers both of her counties. That's held by me. +53. 0. 34. 28. Ah, -21. I missed one. Nope, still not good enough.
So what's your current purpose in life?
53, fixing the Syrian succession law by abolishing Syria. Which means no count or higher level vassal of the Kingdom of Syria must have a negative opinion of me. 0. 34. 28. 23. 28. 0. -2 still. Right, okay. Mostly I just need to wait for Athelwyn, I think. I'll just check his vassals. $33, yes. Just need to wait for that to go up to 0.
These pesky vassals.
I mean, I could throw some money at him, but he's a duke. He'd probably take quite a lot of money. Oh, I could send him... Can I send him some booze? I can. Let's send him some booze. Right. Now... Right, now I can institute elective monarchy in Syria. And I think that by instituting elective monarchy, I should then be able to abolish the kingdom.
Maybe.
Right, we have instituted elective monarchy.
Hooray.
I now have a destroy Syria option. All de jure vassals of the Kingdom of Syria will be upset -40 opinion. Maybe I should see if I can just get the correct person to inherit first.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it, but... so, Ansa is currently heir to the Kingdom of Jerusalem, so she is the one I want to vote for. See if anyone else will vote for her. The elective succession in Syria faction has disbanded. Right, Duchess Adelheid is voting for herself. 2 people are voting for Duchess Adelheid. Well, the thing is, if I abolish it, everyone will hate me. And so I'm trying to avoid everyone hating me if I can. But it looks like Duchess Adelheid is just too popular. Indeed, I'm not quite sure why Duchess Adelheid is voting for herself, because she claims she doesn't like power. She gives herself a score of -25 and she gives Ansa a score of 65. But nonetheless, she apparently votes for herself. Some random kid in our court has become a mastermind theologian. That's nice. Aha! A son was born to Zenon of Urbid and Princess Mayor the Unfaithful. Munio Zenones di Spoleto. That's a good name. He has damn it, I've lost the word. Patronymic that's the same backwards as forwards. Palindromic patronymic. Zenones. Right, anyway. But we still have a Duchess Adelheid being too popular problem. And she isn't that much older, so she may not we may not outlive her. So probably we need to destroy this and take the opinion hit and see how badly that goes. I mean, like, I can see why you wouldn't want Answer in charge. I can't find an excuse to imprison her, sadly. She's got a daughter, Elbira Anselmes, who is also pretty undistinguished. I mean, to be fair, Adelheid is a di Spoleto. There is an alternative, which is I try to get Adelheid elected as Queen of Jerusalem by turning Jerusalem elective as well. This seems a bit brave. Ever since the Battle of Hama, I find it hard to be near my children for fear of being sent away again. Sent away? I'm the Queen! I cannot stand the thought of us losing each other, and this distance is better. Surely it is better. So, I need a drink. I can become a cynical drunkard. I do not have nightmares, servant. How dare you become depressed? I shall never be close to anyone again. Become celibate, which is like traditional for my characters, it appears. And isn't really much of a problem when you're 55.
Oh no, you might not have any more children. Gosh.
Or enough of these feelings, by God, I'll punch someone. Roth, which is like +3 martial. If I wanted to have martial of 33, but also stressed, and a chance of depressed. Let's go for celibate.
You don't need any more martial, really. I mean, you're over 50 and you've still got, what, double digits, quite large double digits, personal combat skill.
Well, yes. 44, yes. Well, I mean, dual experience times 8, among other things. And renowned duelist. It's not as many duels as Utena.
That's because of all her vassals stepping in and going chivalrously.
Yes.
Hey, I'll take this one for you. Oh, please don't. Far less good at this than I am.
Yeah, I think I may just have to abolish Syria and take the penalty. I mean, I presume it times out, and if nothing else, it won't affect my successor much. Clang! Queen Answer the Lionheart has destroyed the title Kingdom of Syria. So Duke Athelwyn now has a -4 opinion because destroyed liege title, lasts 10 years.
Well, I've managed to find the there it is. And you two extreme. I'm Ben.
Yeah. 2 people eloped, got married without anyone's consent, except their own, and it falls to me as their liege to either accept their marriage or do something about it. One of them was my court chaplain. My court chaplain eloped. That's a bit silly. My 59-year-old court chaplain eloped with the 25-year-old Trude van Vienden. Von Vianden, sorry, Von Vianden. But I don't really want to lose my court chaplain. He's good court chaplain. So I will accept the small loss of prestige of tolerating my court chaplain eloping. On which subject I can probably set him to work proselytising somewhere else now. I think all of my domain is now converted. So, right, so I can't currently plot to revoke Azaka from what's his face, from Theocharistos, because we still have a truce for another 3 years. The new Byzantine emperor has substantially fewer troops than I have at my disposal. So we could make war on him again for that one bishopric. Switch to a sensible view. That war seems to be nicely neutral. The Najidids we still have a truce for another year. Well, okay, 3 months. Maybe we should go to war with the Najidids first. On the grounds that we should probably get the truces with them over with quickly. At the moment the truce expires, we should immediately go to war with them again. And it will only be a few months before it expires. I think. Shouldn't I get a truce is expiring soon message? Excellent. Oh, it's in 3 months, isn't it? So we should get a message telling us. Excellent. Or, yes, thank you. We can get another point of cultural advances. Well, let's bump up the tolerance then. There's our truces are expiring message. Quite well off money at the moment. Can't build anything new in either of those. Where else do I have in my domain? I have Damascus. That's already fully upgraded. That's already fully upgraded. I also have a bunch of territory down here. That one can definitely be improved. Let's buy some more camels down there. Is there anything going on with Gethsemane? Gethsemane is still being upgraded as well. And there we go. The expiring truces marker has vanished, indicating that we can now declare war on the Najidids again. Well, I mean, I think it's quite tempting to just take Baghdad. So the Sadruddin Emirate is part... Is that a defensive pact? No, he is not a member of a defensive pact against me. I mean, my threat is quite low at the moment. But does he have an alliance thus with the Sadruddins? Yes. Okay, so he has 13k troops. They have 2k. Right, that's not a problem. So, I mean, taking their capital seems like the right approach, really, given I can. Don't want to go that far east anyway. Mudar's the other obvious one, but yeah, let's take their capital. Turns out he's already at war with someone else. Well, that's fine. So it does cost me money to hire holy orders in an offensive holy war. So let's not do that. I think we'll just raise everything. I mean, in theory, we probably don't need everyone. Maybe I should avoid raising vassals of Syria since they already hate me. Former vassals of Syria. I don't think it's really worth the hassle of avoiding that. I think this lot probably have to mostly arrive by sea. Yes, I quite understand that Ramiro holds no land, but he is not very useful. I mean, maybe we'll grant him Baghdad. Really worth waiting for them. No, they can go that way instead. Oh, someone has joined the other side of the Holy War, and I've lost a commander. How embarrassing. So we currently have I am a siege leader. My marshal is not. And I have no other siege leaders, so I've lost my other siege leader. Right. Apparently Prince Baldwin of Africa is like one of the best siege leaders there is. I mean, we're going to have to get him Catholic, but yes, let us invite Prince Baldwin. So if they were competent, they would be coming and attacking me, but they don't seem to be. Let's just send everyone on that side into Baghdad. All right, he won't be converted. Oh well. We can still appoint him as a commander. He's apparently my cousin. He does have claims on, like, everything. But he also refuses to be converted. So he's going to remain weirdly monophysite. But we'll set him to work on besieging Baghdad then. What's the supply limit in Baghdad? Decent but not huge. Let's expect we'll have lost some troops by the time they all get there. Get more tech points. Okay, we're not going to have lost an adequate number of troops by the time they all get there. So let's do that. Split them up. We have a new Count of Aden. That's nice. Don't think there's much to be done about that. Let's wait for this army to organise itself and then we'll march in there probably. Desert, which is slightly unfortunate, but aren't I a desert expert? I am. Let's put in our 3 best commanders there and stomp into that desert and see what happens. I mean, I don't know why that army's there, but a childless courtier with a strange choice of lifestyle has shown men a bit more attention than the women at court. Might it be that he is a sodomite? So I can either accuse him or inform everyone about it so that everyone suspects him. I mean, either of them seems fairly rude, but let's go for the accusation. Well, he's now gained the trait, which probably indicates that my guess was correct. Oh, the landscape surrounding Einside is a sight to behold. I wish I was not here for a battle. Once this is all over, maybe I will come out here with Heribert. My sword is suddenly kicked out of my hand and a scruffy-looking soldier shouts, voice like a demon, "I'll get your body!" That wasn't very demon-like, was it? So, I can duel Commander Jabir myself. I can give him my Basque Crusader falchion, or I can be maimed. I have 44 personal wombat skill. He has 0. Duel it is. My opponent looks nervous, his army a little ill-fitting, and I briefly contemplate asking if he would rather do this another day. A moment later I snap out of it, letting the fresh morning air sharpen my senses instead. The staunch man is soon on the ground, groaning in pain. I take it I win this fight. Renowned duelist times 2. Sex appeal plus 10. Battlefield experience times 3. Duel experience times 10. I mean, I think technically, Steph, I did say sodomy is is fine actually, in that I merely discovered that he was a sodomite and didn't report this to anyone else. Our ongoing struggle outside Hafar al-Batin has brought out the best of our military strategists. One of them is a Basque veteran with a penchant for innovation. He is suggesting that he retire from the battlefront and return to Jerusalem to continue his work safe from flying arrows. So either I can turn him into a commander, or for 171 gold, which is quite a lot, I can buy some military technology points from him. He doesn't have any good traits. Let's get the technology and worry about the money later. We're not losing money that fast. Did we get no war score for that battle? Was it a battle with the wrong person? I think it was. How inconvenient. I mean, it was good in other respects, but Jabir ibn Mahmud did not take lightly on being defeated in a duel. He has sworn to avenge his defeat. Yeah, you've got a personal combat skill of -11 and you're unlanded. You're not going to do very well. So, having just had a battle with the wrong people, those are the right people. They are one of the alliance against me. Where are they going? They're fleeing though. Okay, this lot should, I think, head into the area we actually want. Being unlanded doesn't hinder his duelling, Pink Beast, obviously. Being unlanded means he doesn't have any armies to do his duelling for him. So he can't just, like, try to invade me or something. Yes, I understand now why that army was just hanging around him, because they weren't actually involved. It wasn't their job to fight me, they just got in the way. And I apparently made an enemy as a result. Right, we have now taken Baghdad, which is worth slightly over 10%, well, taken whatever the capital is. Bakuba in Baghdad. That's the army I want. Where are you going? You're heading for Samara. Since I'm at the head of this army, I'll see you in Samara. I mean, unless I can arrange to be in a desert. Oh, the Sheikh of Kurdistan has joined the alliance against me. Is that the Kurdistan army? Yes, it is. Right, yeah, we have a river crossing penalty, but there's lots of us and we have some excellent commanders. And a vaguely reasonable balance. That's better. Taken Amara. See, now everyone's joining the war, but like we're already at 20% war score. And now what we're going to do is we're going to beat each of their armies in turn. Okay, no, we're not. This one we actually, the reinforcements did arrive in time. My troops are performing with excellence and my chest is swelling with pride as we keep pressing forwards. I turn back to answer the call of a soldier nearby when suddenly there is a sharp pain in my hand. Gritting my teeth, I hear an enemy shouting, "Stay down, you vile boar!" I don't think so. Oh, it's going to be a close one though. I've got 47 personal combat score. He has at least got 30. Nah. The sun is beginning to set when I meet with Prince Nazar, my Basque Crusader falchion ready. After he vigorously dodges one attack, my next one lands perfectly. Frantically, the man attempts to cover his injured body, but I have rarely seen so much blood. I take it I win this fight. Renowned duelist times 2, dual victory, dual experience times 13. Well, let's head back to enemy territory to besiege some more things while we wait for their armies to arrive. That one has just come back there. I don't know what they're doing, but I won't go and foolishly attack them again just because they have a coat of arms alarmingly similar to my enemies. We've taken the Mosque of Baghdad, taken something else. Are they coming back for more? Okay, we have a new bishop of somewhere or other. Don't quite know why. Where are the enemy armies going then? Are they in need of another thrashing? Looks like they're spreading out. That's foolish of them. I mean, I kind of feel we should finish this siege before we go out and fight people again, but... Indeed, going out and fighting people again may be entirely unnecessary. We're already at 81% war score. And we've still got plenty of things we can occupy around here. People do keep joining the war. Let's just get some more war score by some vigorous assaults. We just besieged Babel and thus won the war. Right, Baghdad is now ours. The capital of the of Iraq has now moved to Sus, and we have like far too much land. Well, way past our domain limit again. Queen Answer is not only scarred but also covered in blood again. Or as Pinkbee says, haven't you seen so much blood all the time you practically shower in the stuff? Well, yes, she apparently does. And has a personal combat skill of 51 now. And that's with a 15 penalty for being too old. Right, so we now hold far too much land. Our usual approach to that is either we find someone who's going to inherit an interesting duchy, but the other duchies we really want are Bayorea, which is elective, and thus we can't randomly steal the person who will inherit it, and Mosul, which is Gavelkind. So if we grant the heir a duchy, then they won't inherit this one because they'll already have a duchy. So I think there's no one we really need to grant it to. I'm quite tempted to grant it to that convenient Di Spoleto commander we just hired, on the grounds that will stop him running away. He's not currently heir to anything interesting, but it wouldn't be very helpful even if he were, because he's the because if it was someone in if it was somewhere in Africa, we couldn't inherit it out of Africa anyway. But like, he has 18 martial and 13 diplomacy. He's a pretty decent chap. And that way we get to keep him as a commander reliably. Okay, does the duchy I want actually exist? Do I have to usurp it first? So what I want is the Emirate of Baghdad, which is currently held by this guy, and I can't usurp it because he's at war. And no, not with me. He is currently busy losing a war with someone else entirely. So what I should probably do is grant the Prince Baldwin each of the counties in there, and then once one of us can usurp the duchy, we will. Some very silly headgear. Let's get a map of the duchies. No, duchies. So that I can make sure I'm granting him the correct ones. Yes, that looks like a good one. Yeah, that looks like a good one. That's not. That is. That's another good one. What's that one? Karbala. Oh, is that still not ours then? Doesn't appear to be in the list. What's going on there? Oh yes, that one we'd already taken by some other means. Is he our direct vassal then? No, he is, for reasons, a vassal of Palmyra. Okay. Right, so now Prince Baldwin is Count of Baghdad and several other places. He is now way over his domain limit. But all being well, we'll be able to get that. That's why I shouldn't have taken Baghdad yet. It'll increase the cost of building up Gethsemane. Peasants. Because now we own the House of Wisdom. Which, like, is good for lots of things. Improved culture technology spread rate, culture technology points, improved technology spread rate in general, and military tech spread rate and economy tech spread rate, and some prestige and dynasty opinions, and I can appoint a keeper of the tomes. I keep thinking she's got a veil on, but she hasn't. She's just covered in blood. Most of my vassals don't seem to be particularly annoyed at the moment. Well, let's make Edwulf our keeper of the tomes. Yes, our threat has probably just gone through the roof. I would like to get Azaka off him. That will take 1.5 years before it's available. The Byzantine Empire is no longer in a mess. So I probably don't want to attack them now unless there's really nothing better to do. So presumably we don't get much technology spread anymore. Oh, because our spy master can't spy in Baghdad because we own it. We'll need to send him to spy somewhere else. Is there anywhere that has really good improved keeps? Not really better than us, no. They're about as good as it gets in improved keeps. How about castle infrastructure? We seem to be a bit lacking in castle infrastructure. Now that would appear to be the place to go for castle infrastructure. Or indeed, let's just send him over to Africa. Actually, we have a new king of Africa who has a truly terrifying number of armies at his disposal. Let's quickly raise some troops and go and flatten the peasant revolt. Meanwhile, everyone is joining a defensive pact. Okay, I can apparently appoint successors to like zillions of bishoprics, and I really don't care. Just wondering if there are any Despoletos I can give it to for happiness. I mean, I can, in theory, stick my son Ramiro in there. Well, there's someone around who had, like, terrifying learning. My court chaplain. Why is only one of my bishops appearing up there as well? Like, surely all of my bishoprics, or none of them, should appear. Well, let's nominate my court chaplain as the next bishop down there. That apparently doesn't work. Oh well. Not sure we actually need to be doing much with Ascalon. Somehow I think we may have met up with some other friendly armies and this has become a stupid battle. Right. So, so everyone is a bit annoyed about the raised levies. Our truce with Theochristos will expire in slightly over a year. Meanwhile, the defensive pacts against us are getting kind of weird. Like, why is everyone over here in a defensive pact? I don't think we have any territory over here. I mean, in theory, we can try to defuse the defensive pact, but it's not like it's actually affecting anyone we really want to go after. Oh dear, Duchess Ansa has lost her husband. She is proposing a matrilineal betrothal with a 1-year-old in our court. I don't think that's sensible, you know. I'm going to... Right, I can't control who she marries directly, but I might be able to find someone I would prefer her to marry. Right, we need to find a husband for Ansa the ill ruler. That means we need someone we can invite to our court, probably, or someone who's in our court. Probably not someone who's actually a commander. We would really like a genius. Let's see if there's a male genius of sensible age we can invite to our court. He's a bit old, but he does want to get married. I'm rather liking the look of Methodios. Though Anthemios actually has a very nice set of traits. And a fantastic moustache. That's nice, yes. Sultan Musa has instituted high crown authority in Iraq. Well, that doesn't really affect us. Okay, Duke Veramondo's opinion of us is now slightly ludicrously high. I don't know quite what I should be doing with my Chancellor. Randomly send him to Antioch. I'm sure that'll be fun. Right, Anthemios Argyros. Oh, he was married. Stoats. I forgot that button. I mean, we could murder his wife, but that does seem a bit rude. Yes, okay, we can't marry you to our daughter because you're already married. Right, married, no. Oh, well, that gives me a rather smaller list. I mean, you could see if anyone will be bribed into coming. He looks all right. He's about the right age. Sorry, Anthemios, I don't actually have a use for you and your fantastic moustache. Duh! She's gone and found someone else to betroth herself to. Why? That's a terrible idea. Why have you betrothed yourself to a newborn? I've just invited to court an excellent Serbian. Let's see if there's anyone else we can betroth him to. I mean, he's a bit old, but we could. Go for betrothing him to Elvira. I mean, she is likely to eventually be queen. Maybe we should be slightly more cautious about her. Wolf of Hereford looks like he might be a good husband, actually. Though I am also wondering about the way that I got Basileus of the Byzantine Empire proposed as a possibility. Presumably he won't accept a matrilineal marriage, though. No. Okay, there are no geniuses we can get by that route for matrilineal, so let's... And it doesn't look like there are any young geniuses who will directly join my court. Obviously, the very young ones can't directly join. I'd have to invite their parents. He is ill. But he's a good age. He's got quite nice traits and he's not too old. But he's the wrong religion, Stoats, yes. Let's bring Satuk's parents in. I shall stop organising marriages for people in a moment. Yes, thank you. We don't actually have a use for you. We of course can't convert Satuk directly. I may have to jump through some slight hoops to make this work. So I want someone ideally zealous and gregarious. I'm zealous. That's good enough. Because what we want to do is to convert him to Catholicism, ideally. That's cruel rather than zealous, so is that. I think Radbot would be a sensible person. Right, so he now has someone teaching him who will probably help to turn him Catholic. Right, so we're still waiting for poor Prince Baldwin to be able to... Oh, the Duchy of Baghdad has ceased existing. Excellent. I can just about afford to create it. So let us grant him the Duchy of Baghdad, which should make it a little easier for him to organise his stuff. Also gives him slightly more sensible headgear. He still will not stop being monophysite, but that's okay. His son is all right. So now he can actually sort out his rather complicated domain and grant at least some of those counties to someone else if he wants to. Right, so why would I want to kill Heike von Würzburg? Like, she's married to one of my favourite commanders. No. Right, anyway. I think we should be winding up for the night shortly. Mostly going... Yes, you are truly terrifying, King Alaric. I still don't know how I'm going to get any territory off you. Like, the Byzantine Empire at least sometimes has exciting revolts. And is at least technically weaker than us. But yeah, Africa is a lot trickier. I mean, the new Duke of Baghdad has a claim on the entire kingdom. Anyway, yes, so we now have a reasonably happy Duke of Baghdad. He will presumably be sorting out his domain size problem shortly. Curious, do I have... Yes, I have one rival, commander of Basra. So yeah, we need to do something about the Najidids. The fact that we've got another 10-year truce with the Najidids, but maybe one of my vassals will actually get themselves organised. And meanwhile, well, we can probably try to take Beroea off. Don't we have some kind of a claim on the whole of Beroea? Yes. We'll have to grant them some land, but that won't be a problem. But that will all be later. For now, we have at least taken Baghdad and lost a war with the Byzantine Empire. No, failed to win a war with the Byzantine Empire, which is a pity, because it was a good opportunity, but it wasn't quite good enough. So, until next time, good night.